Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AFC number 6 here from Melbourne Pavilion in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. We are live on Epicentre.tv around the world. Cyrus Fees, joined as always by my Australian counterpart. We're talking about AFL, local identity, and Foxtel commentator, Mr. Matty Pilios. And joining him, we have Jose Lopez, 7-5 professional fighter based out of Boston, now residing here in Melbourne, Australia. We are going to be handling all the commentary tonight. Gentlemen, how are you feeling tonight? We have an epic event on our hands. We're talking about the semifinals for the middleweight, the welterweight tournament, as well as a lightweight title fight that is just going to blow everybody away. What do you think, Matty?
It's going to be unbelievable. Cyrus and Jose, welcome, because it's electrifying. The tournaments that we've had, the vibe the last 3 or 4 months is going to be. The semi-finals are on tonight. It's exciting. We've got another title fight, and all of a sudden MMA in Australia is as big as ever because of the Australian Fighting Championships.
I completely agree, and Jose, it's great to have you here on the broadcast. And what do you think so far about Australia? You've been here for about a month. What do you think about the MMA scene?
I love it so far. After witnessing the weigh-ins yesterday, I was excited. I said to myself, man, I almost want to get in there myself again and try it again. And
maybe only a matter of time. Maybe a matter of time. We can have you right here in the AFC ring.
Cyrus, we have got him just in case he wants to fight in the AFC. He's a fit individual. We've got him to join us to an AFC with the absence of Casey. And you never know, mate, we might see the great Jose Lopez fighting for the Australian Fighting Championships.
Now, speaking of Mr. Casey Oxenden, obviously he is absent. He couldn't make it out here, but we do have him via satellite. Let's go to Casey right now. Casey, what's going on?
Hey guys, I absolutely hate that I can't be over there in Australia with you tonight for this massive event. I'm handling some business over here in the States, but I've been following this card very closely leading up, and I fully believe this will go down in history as one of Australia's all-time greatest events. Now, I'm going to be checking in with you guys periodically throughout the night, providing some insight and the finer details of this huge main card. Matty and Cyrus, you guys have to be psyched.
I'll tell you what, Casey, we are absolutely thrilled to be here in Melbourne. And like I said before, I mean, this fight card is absolutely stacked. We have 8 fights on the card. Fortunately, we lost a few fights. We did lose one of our middleweight tournament fights, which is unfortunate. We're about to get to that, but let's actually take a look at the card coming up here. We're going to get a few tails of the tape coming up here, and you can take a look at what we have in store for you here on Epicenter. As you take a look there at our welterweight tournament, Walbert TT DeBarros taking on Corey Nelson. Going to be a tremendous fight. You know, I believe Corey Nelson is the favorite in this tournament. Don't you agree, Matty?
Yeah, and speaking of favorites and speaking of betting, we do have BetEasy, proud sponsor of the AFC.
Yes.
They're going to be taking bets all night online. They're going to be taking bets here at the venue in front of 1,200 people. And no doubt Corey Nelson is very short against the Brazilian, who nobody got to see in AFC 5.
Absolutely. And then you take a look at the other matchup on the other side of the bracket, where it's Dean Purdon taking on Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews opened up everybody's eyes at the last event. Nobody expected to see what he did, and now he is almost looking like the favorite against Dean Purdon. Yeah. What do you think about that fight? You saw Dean Purdon. He likes to rock that Speedo a little bit. What do you think about that?
That's Jake Matthews. I had the privilege of meeting him before he took off to Brazil for part of his training camp. So hopefully we might see some new jiu-jitsu skills by Jake tonight.
They've been having a lot of fun between this fight. If you've seen on Facebook, you've seen a lot of these promos, just absolutely amazing. But and then you move forward here. Let's look a little bit more at some of our fights here coming up tonight.
On Epicentre.tv. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have 8 fantastic fights for you in the AFC, including the semi-finals of the middleweight and lightweight tournament. A big thank you to all of our sponsors for making tonight's event absolutely special. BetEasy, Fight Magazine, Pump Fuel GNC, Sleep Doctor, Fuji, Zebra Mats, Derrimut 24/7 Gym, Asylum Fightwear, Solar Panels, Haymark, and Universal Finance and Bayfords. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Perry Cale. Honor and pleasure being your master of ceremonies once again for this evening. All right, guys, it is time. Our opening contest of AFC 6. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? All right, folks, introducing first from the red corner, fighting out of Blacktown. He is a 2-time Australian Muay Thai champion, fearless Joel Fisher.
And here we go here, and we have our first fight of the night coming out here. It's a 73 kilo catchweight here, and we have fearless Joel Fisher making his way to the ring. He'll be taking on Zach Hook.
He said someone told him to stop.
And here we go. We are on the air here, Mr. Matty Pilios, 73 kilo catch weight, and we are bringing them out here, and we are getting these guys out here. Joel Fisher This is a guy that we saw fight at the last event. He lost his bout, and we're getting ready to see him fight once again. He wants to avenge that loss, and he's taking on a guy in Zach Hook that lost in AFC number 4.
Yeah,
so this is interesting. They're
two
both
guys
looking for a win.
Yeah, desperate for a win. In front of home crowds here in Melbourne, big crowds here at the Melbourne Pavilion, the #1 venue. And look, I think Joel Fisher is a man that rarely loses twice in a row. He's a very good architect of the game, and this is going to be cracking. The betting results on BetEasy, and I know you Americans love a gamble, as they call it in Las Vegas.
For sure.
Zach Hook, short favourite, $1.60, and Joel Fisher, $1.90. BetEasy.com.au.
No doubt about it. And Jose, I'll shoot it over to you here. Man. These guys are just a few fights into their careers, and they are in the spotlight of the biggest event in all of the continent of Australia. Can you imagine the pressure that would be on somebody to be thrown right into the best organization in the country?
There is a lot of pressure there, but if I had a chance to talk to them and give them some advice, I'd just tell them just to calm down, take a deep breath, trying to take away what's going on around them and just go in and do their best.
Yeah, no doubt about it. These guys, like you said, they're both hungry for a win. They both lost in their last outing with the AFC. So, they want to show everybody, the Tony Del Vecchios and the Adam Milenkovic, that these guys can go and that they want to stay here at the AFC.
Big standing ovation for Joel Fisher. He's got a very big following here in Melbourne, and he is very dead. We spoke to him last night, Dwayne, very keen to avenge that loss in AFC 5. How about we look at the tail of the tape before Zach Hook does come out, Cyrus Fees?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We can take
And
tell
his
the tape here as we bring in our
opponent,
next
fighting
fighter.
out of Burwood, Zach
Tell the tape here, we
Hook.
have Joel Fisher, just a little bit more age there, but like I said, 2-2 for Zach Hook, 0-1 here for Joel Fisher, but they're both in the same spot. Like I said, they both want to prove themselves to the AFC that they can be on the biggest show on the continent.
Yeah, they do, and a loss here could really hurt both of their careers, and a win here could get them to advance. A final 2 from title contention.
Not about it. There you go.
Jose, I know you had a look at the lineup as well. Who do you like for this one as well?
I am looking forward to the co-main event, the featherweights. Those guys look yesterday, all the respect that they had on stage. I am looking forward to those guys. Those guys look like they're going to get ready to bang.
Rob Lucida had a tremendous speech, and he has so much respect for his opponent. And he says straight up, 2 best featherweights in Australia, no doubt about it. And whoever wins is the best featherweight.
And we'll talk about why Zach Hook does get checked in. What about our title fight as well? Daniel Hooker, he's been unbelievable. He absolutely destroyed Rusty McBride in AFC 3 and in AFC 5. But this man he's fighting, Banjo Nick Patterson, he's a very experienced Victorian, a mixed martial artist. He's been around the traps. He's very well rounded. He's not particularly dominant in the one. He's a good wrestler. He's got his jiu-jitsu. He strikes well. It's going to be an unbelievable lightweight title.
There's no love lost, and I've said this a number of times on my television show that these guys don't really like each other too much. Banjo is a very fun-loving guy. He likes to have a lot of fun. Daniel Hooker doesn't really get fazed by that, but that's not his game, making a bunch of jokes. That's not what he does.
We saw an interesting thing in the weigh-in. Banjo Patterson took his belt, sat with it. Hooker came in second, didn't really like that, and had to ask for his belt.
You had to be the guy to remove the belt from Banjo's shoulder.
Well, I'm lucky I had the great US MMA man next to me, Jose, because that was going to get fired up.
We'll see tonight if that plays a huge factor in the fight, if it got under the champion's skin.
Yeah, the champion's younger too, and these are the things that Banjo Patterson could have used to get under his skin, take a little bit of concentration out as well, get his mind thinking about things outside the fight plan. And this one's going to be an absolute beauty here at the Melbourne Pavilion.
Here we go, official introduction. Let's go to Perry Cale and get this thing cracking.
What about the first impression models, Kirsty Lee and staff, an unbelievable job here at Melbourne Beach.
Ladies and gentlemen, our opening contest of AFC 6, live from Melbourne. 3x5 minute round, 64 kilogram weight division, proudly brought to you by BetEasy and Fight Magazine. When the action begins, our referee in charge is Mr. Greg Glingens. Introducing first to my right, fighting out of the red corner, training at Extreme MMA, official weight 62.7 kilograms, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall. Tonight we're in a white shorts with a black trim. Ladies and gentlemen, this man has a Muay Thai fighter, fighting out of Blackburn. He's a two-time Muay Thai Australian champion. A professional record of 1 fight in the MMA. Please welcome fearless Joel Fisher. And his opponent to my left, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Dominance MMA, official weight 62.8 kilograms, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall. This man is a kickboxer. Tonight we're in the all red fight shorts. Professional fight record of 4 fights for 2 wins, 2 by way of submission. Fighting out of Burwood, please welcome Zach Hood. Fighters to center ring, please, for final instructions.
And here we go. It is our opening 5 to 73 kilo catchweight fight here between Joel Fisher and Zach Hook. And once again, it is Joel Fisher in the white trunks, and it is Zach Hook in the red. And we are starting off AFC number 6. Can you feel it, gentlemen?
Oh, I
this is
feel
what
it.
it's all
I feel
about.
it. I'm feeling it.
Unbelievable, and massive crowd here, 1,200 people here in Melbourne.
They pack it
That
in
is
here
great.
to the Melbourne Pavilion, and this really is the show here in Melbourne. When the AFC comes to town, all the who's who, everybody that's anybody in Melbourne comes out here to the fights.
Joe looks
Fisher.
very confident out here.
Very, very much so. He's fearless. That's what his nickname is.
Really
He's coming
calm,
right
really
in on
calm.
him.
He's got a really calm look to him.
One thing we noticed, so generally holds his hand a little bit lower than the most stand-up fighters, Joel Fisher,
Nice
doesn't he?
straight right from Joel.
Filling each other out here. 3 5-minute rounds here. Joel Fisher with a nice leg kick. Nice, strong leg kick there on Zach Hook. Zach Hook representing Dominance MMA, one of the bigger gyms here in the Melbourne area.
Yeah, Richmond, and they do a great job there. Dave and the team at Dominance, very good.
Absolutely. Great school.
Exchanging
Fearless
low
Joel
kicks
Fisher.
there, both of them. Very strong low kicks.
Those can add up over time, you know, chop somebody down there with those leg kicks. Both these guys looking to make their mark in the AFC. I think that's the most important, you know, virtue of this fight, is these guys are trying to prove themselves to Adam, to Tony, to everybody in the AFC that they can be contenders.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Joel's just really pushed the pace here. Zach's, you know, the younger bloke just looks a little bit nervous here and hasn't really had a lot of offense in the first minute and a bit. About one AFC 6.
Yes, Zach Hook, he's taking his time here. But nice reversal.
Nice reversal.
Joel Fisher takes it right back to it. Jockeying for position here.
Joel needs to work on that left pummeling in. He needs to pummel in.
We're already kind of
Good, beautiful knee.
moving in between the ropes there, and hopefully we are trying very hard to get a cage here in Victoria. Am I right, Matty Pilios?
We are. There's a lot of work being done by the AFC to get the cages. Fisher all of a sudden now.
On top.
Is that side
He's
control?
on-
Inside control. Yeah, absolutely it is, Matty.
And this is the big problem here in Melbourne, guys. I know you're not very surprised. No cage allowance in Victoria, and it just really hurts situations like that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It stops the action, and it really is too bad that we can't get the cage in here, but they are working hard. Everybody at the AFC is trying to make that happen.
A swing there from
What
Zach
a nice
Hook.
reversal.
Very nice reversal. Trying to take the back of Joel Fisher is Zach Hook.
And another reason to the cage here too, he probably could have tried to slip his the hooks here on his left foot, but he can't because they're only ropes.
Exactly. Right now, it looks like they both want to fall through the ropes. So
Yep.
this is the benefits of having a cage.
Just the safety of our fighters and athletes here.
Referee looking on, making sure these boys don't go flying through the ropes here. Just 2 minutes left in the round here. Opening round of AFC number 6. There's an electricity in this room, gentlemen. I don't know if you feel it, but I can totally feel it. People are ready for these tournaments to take that next step. Joel Fisher back in control.
And it's really an even fight. They're both very evenly weighed and tall fighters here, and they're just both jostling for position. Good rotations. Couple of good knees there, Jose.
Very good knees.
Trying to take it to the ground, trying to get a throw there. Not a good position for that. Joel Fisher seems like he has a little bit more power there. He just kind of throws Hook around.
No doubt Fisher, I think, from yesterday's weigh-ins has probably put 5 or 6 kilos. He's really filled out in this last 24 hours.
Now, Jose, you know there's a big difference from that time you weigh in to the next day. You
Big
can put
time.
a lot of weight on.
Oh, big time. I fought guys back in my past where guys look like heavyweights the next day.
Yeah.
And once again, you know, Joel Fisher's right shoulder out of the ropes, a good indication where Victoria does need to legalise the cage.
Zach looking for that double leg.
Just a minute left here in round number 1 as now Zach Hook taking control, looking for that takedown.
And Joel Fisher's left ankle, guys, he's completely out of the ring here.
Still not a full takedown there. He's not going to get credit for that full takedown. A relatively even first round here. Joel Fisher and Zach Hook both having their points of dominance here and both being in control, so it's really hard to decide who's going to take this round.
It's going to be a tough one for the judges.
This last 30 seconds could make the difference, fellas. And there we go. They are going at it. 25 seconds left.
Zach Hook landed a good right.
Nice.
Fisher didn't like that.
Very
he throws
good
a good knee. That one hurt Hook. And a big kick as he ducked. These could be the winning points here for this first round, Cyrus.
You're absolutely right. He is pouring it on right now as Joel Fisher, but Zach Hook taking control here in the last 10 seconds of this round, and that could be it. I mean, this is going to be a very hard round to call. I would say you got to give it to Joel Fisher just for the aggression and what he's done with the striking. I think that's the difference maker for this first round.
He had a few takedowns in that round too, and the way he ended that round with the takedowns, I would definitely give him that round for sure.
Proudly brought to you by Bet Easy and Fight Magazine.
They were both a little reluctant.
Get the merchandise stand at Bet Easy. Put a $50 bet on, get 100. Put 100 on, get 200.
Guys as well. GNC, they've been with the Australian Fighting
Coming up next, take the Celtic Kid Matthews versus Dean Purden.
Zebra Mats as well, Universal Finance. We're going to talk about our great partners at the AFC tonight.
Of course, you got that right. And of course, Bet Easy on this fight and Fight Magazine. Two great sponsors here at the AFC. And once again, what are the odds on that, Maddie, on this fight? Just kind of remind everybody.
Once again, Zach Hook $1.60, Joel Fisher $1.90. Don't think we've got betting though throughout the fight, but for our second fight coming up, we'll talk about Jake Matthews and Dean Purden's odds. Jake Matthews, a favourite here at $1.35. Dean Purden $2.40 for the Punisher. And what jocks will he be wearing tonight?
There's really no telling. There's really no telling. I'm excited to hear about it.
This is when the conditioning comes in. Let's see who's very well conditioned.
Now they expended a lot of energy there. I mean, just it's a lot of pushing, a lot of clinch work, defending the takedown, and that takes a lot of energy out of a fighter over a 5-minute span. Second round action here. Once again, Zach Hook in the red, fearless Joel Fisher in the white trunks.
Joel looking like he wants to push the pressure more in this round. Pushing forward for sure.
I think it may have got him the first round.
Good right hand by Joel.
You see the confidence in Fisher, can't you?
Zach Hook, of course, with the experience.
Very nice sweep by Joel, lands in half guard.
A beautiful takedown there by Joel Fisher, landing on top.
Staying very calm, too, for someone who just has one fight.
Yeah, but we saw what happened last round, and that is Zach Hook, very crafty, taking the back there, a really quick transition, so Fisher's going to have to really watch out that he doesn't fall into any sort of trap.
And Jose and Cyrus, what about Rodolfo Marquez in the corner? Cornering Joel Fisher today, the co-main event favourite. So that's big for Joel Fisher.
That's called team right there. That is called team. Being there for your teammate.
They say he could be the best featherweight in all of Australia. That's kind of what all the websites are saying right now. The whole internet is abuzz about Rodolfo Marquez and his big fight tonight against Lucida. I mean, that fight could definitely steal the show of the entire night, guys.
Two of the best
That's my pick. That's my pick for the night.
Yeah.
Both looked extremely fit. But going back to this too, and Joel Fisher's absolutely dominated this second round. But all of a sudden, Hook gets up. Oh, lands a good right. Oh, he's left.
Nice knee.
Backed up Joel Fisher.
But you know, he really didn't connect too much on those shots there. Joel Fisher didn't. And look at Zach Hook. He is right back on it, looking for the takedown, trying to go to his bread and butter, which is the ground game.
First time in this fight, Joel Fisher's chin got a little bit tested, Jose.
Yes, definitely, man. Both guys are really connected really good. They are very well conditioned, ready to take some strong hits, man. Both of these guys are really coming out really strong right now.
Once again, there's a lot of grappling as well. They've really been back and forward with turning each other. But all of a sudden, Fisher.
Look at this. Joel Fisher is really tired. I think the fatigue has definitely set in on him because he's not being able to follow up on any of these opportunities.
Oh.
Good straight left hand by Zach.
That's when he's got caught Fisher with a couple times.
Yes, he's stunned. Joel Fisher getting rocked a few times here with these shots to the head. You can just see it in his eyes that he's a little bit groggy there, but he recovers.
And Zach Hook, the
what a
young
fight here.
gun.
What a great way to start off AFC 6, guys. You know it?
As patrons still coming here at the Melbourne Pavilion, coming through the turnstiles. Big crowd. A lot of VIPs, a lot of celebrities, AFL footballers. Fight number one here at AFC. It's Zach Hook taking on Joel Fisher.
Zach with a good takedown defense.
Once again, another even round. This is going to be a hard one to call because you see those big shots that Hook landed, but then you see Fisher just continuing to push the pace like he has. I mean, that means a lot.
Definitely does.
That ring control.
I got to say, Zach right now has connected so many. I would give him this round.
Yeah, he's probably in front. We've still got a minute and a half to go.
Tried to land the elbow
Fisher's
there.
elbow just missed, but it goes for a
Good
takedown.
takedown by Zach.
Oh, and he's going to try to take that back real fast, guys.
He needs to push his hips down.
He needs to.
So Joe won't try to sweep him. He looks like Joe has his arm locked.
He does. That's a good defense of that because he could have been in some big trouble there if Zach Hook gets behind him.
Fisher trying to get his right leg out desperately so he can escape.
Just about 1 minute left.
Landing in the
round
mount
number
position.
2. Oh, this is a bad spot for Joel Fisher. He's going to have to really get out from underneath Zach Hook, else he's going to be in big-time trouble.
Eating elbows in mixed martial arts is the biggest blow we've just about with those high knees, guys.
Good job by Joe not to stay mounted
Very
very long.
What a great recovery by Joel Fisher to get back to his feet.
So don't call him fearless for nothing here in Melbourne, Victoria.
And here we go.
These guys are really going at it. Their fitness is very impressive, guys. It's very hot in this venue as well. We're late in this second round. They're both going extremely at a good pace.
30 seconds, this could make the difference. It made the difference in the first round on who won that round, I believe. And I think it might make the difference here as Zach Hook is looking to seal up round number 2 and what I think is 1 round each.
And Jose, you've had 12 professional fights. Conditioning can really make or break a fight, can't it?
For sure. This part right here, the grinding right here of just clinching, the clinch game, that is the biggest grind part of MMA.
A few more shots there by Zach Hook as he looks to take round number 2 here. And there it is. Round number 2 comes to a close. Gentlemen, I think we can both agree that that was the Zach Hook round.
I definitely agree. It's definitely 1-1 for sure.
I actually think Fisher early part of that round, but the 2 or 3 lefts that he landed would probably get him over the line. I just don't think it's probably as one-sided as we may say for Hook.
Hey, anytime you leave it to the judges, you never know what's going to happen. Obviously, both these guys, their corners telling them to put this fight away. They have to make an impression here on the AFC. And, you know, I'll tell you one thing, and we can hit this point over and over again because it's very important. We have seen a number of times in this fight that we need a cage in Victoria. I mean, these guys are getting caught up in the ropes. We're seeing resets of action. I mean, it would just totally streamline the sport and make it better for the fighters if we can get the cage put up in Victoria.
Yeah.
What kind of obstacles do we have here, man?
It's just educating them on the sport. Obviously, the sport is still an infant stage here in Australia, and we need governors and parliament people to obviously know more about the sport and realise it's for the safety.
Fighters touch gloves.
Here we go, very last round.
Third and final round, guys. Fight number 1, AFC 6.
That's right. These boys have gone a very solid 10 minutes
Third
in the
and
ring.
final round.
Let's see who has the best conditioning. Let's see who has the will to win. Fearless Joel Fisher, or will it be Zach Hook from Dominance MMA? Hook in the red, Fisher in the white. Quick combination there. The crowd is loving this first fight. There, he's going right back to the leg kicks. That's how he's been starting every round.
Joe looks like he's got his second win here.
Nice combination up top there by Joel Fisher. He landed a few of those shots.
Just got to watch Hook's left, and he's got that right arm really low.
To the takedown.
Good takedown defense.
Very impressive, Joel Fisher. Just when you count the guy out, you think he might be a little too tired. He keeps reaching down there and just doing tremendous.
This is just really seesawing. Both of them just fighting for control, guys. And it's world nutrition in the first fight of the night, so it's remarkable, isn't it, Jose?
Definitely. Definitely. These guys right now showing their training camps was definitely successful.
No doubt about it. Epicentre.tv, this being seen worldwide, AFC number 6. We appreciate our great partners at Epicentre.
Doing a marvellous job, Luke and the team. Luke and Ben and the great staff there at Epicentre. Fisher.
Look at these knees. Now he's landing these knees.
How long can Zach Hook take these for, guys?
Zach can't take too many more of those. He needs to commit to the takedown.
Joel Fisher, he's sticking to the game plan, and I think he's doing a great job of keeping control of Zach Hook, keeping him in the corner. And it's a good strategy to have with this guy.
Very good leg sweep by Joel.
Very nice.
Lands in side control.
If he can stay on top here, I think this is what could probably win him this fight if it's going to go that way. Joel Fisher obviously probably wanting to look for a finish here. Wanting to make an impression here on these Melbourne fans. I'll tell you what, when the first fight starts like this, fellas, that's how you know you're going to have a good night of fights.
Exactly right. It's just so even, this fight. Just as a commentator, I'm extremely excited, and I haven't seen a fight this close in AFC for a long time. It happens to be our first fight of the night here in AFC 6.
Still to come, welterweight, middleweight,
Good
I heard
knees.
semifinals.
Right in the kidney there.
Good knees to the kidneys by Joe. Joe's
Just
got to take
punishing
hold.
shots. Punishing shots by Joel Fisher. Really doing some damage here on Zach.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, final round.
2 minutes to go, guys, and Fisher probably in 7th or 8th knee in a row. He's got his back.
He's got the hook. He's got one hook in.
Is he too high though, Jose?
He's very tall. He's got to watch out because looks like Zach might come out the back door here.
Yeah, he is. He's got a good tie though, those hooks.
I like the aggressiveness of Joel Fisher to try to make that happen, but you're right, he was just way too high, and it kind of put him in a bad position here. He's actually locked around the arms there, kind of a bit of a body lock there. If he can hold that position, I mean, only a minute and a half left here as Joel Fisher could possibly take this round and take this fight, but really, if it goes to the judges, we don't know.
Zach gets right on top now.
Must agree with you there, Cyrus. He's dominated this first 3.5 minutes, but all of a sudden now Zach Hook needs to do something in this final minute 20.
He needs to go for broke right now. He needs to know that takedown Joe had for a long time. He needs to go for broke now and start landing some bombs.
Well, his corner is right in front of us, and they are
1
yelling
minute
out
to
instructions here.
go.
1 minute to go of our first fight of the night here. AFC number 6 in Melbourne Pavilion. Big shots. Joel Fisher getting back to his feet. Great recovery.
Really cup of knee here for his liking.
Reaching down. That's called reaching down deep right there. Getting back up to his feet.
Both fighters extremely sweaty too. Very hard to get a body lock now, isn't it?
It is very hard. I mean, if there was a cage right there, I mean, I think Zach would definitely have an advantage. That's why I see him complaining right now about what's going on.
And the worst thing is, guys, these guys train more than not in the cage here in the gyms.
Exactly.
Across Melbourne and Australia. This is the disappointing thing of the big government, but we're hoping to work with them, and we're hoping to educate.
Oh, here we go. They're
Oh,
going
they're
for
opening
about
up.
20 seconds. Big shots.
Oh, the big left elbow.
Good knee by Zach.
Strong finish by Hook.
Oh, look at that
Fisher's
sweep.
fearless.
Joel Fisher, Zach Cook,
There
those
it is,
short
over.
shots.
Very good fight. Very good fight.
Fighters, and thank you there to Bet Easy.
I would have to say I will
and
give that fight to
Magazine.
Joe. He finished the fight strong.
I feel real
Decision
strongly
coming
about
up
Joel
soon.
Fisher getting the victory here as you see Adolfo Marquez, the nightmare, raising Joel Fisher up.
That was this, our co-main event fighter, holding up Joel Fisher. An hour and a half or 2 hours before he has to go in a wall.
That's right, and he's running around the ring here with Joel Fisher. I'm like, be careful, Adolfo, you got to fight. Don't be spraining an ankle running around the ring with somebody on your shoulders.
That's telling me that he is in shape and ready to go tonight.
An absolute animal, man. Well, who better to learn from for Joel Fisher than Adolfo Marquez?
Exactly.
Wow.
Having
What a
him in your
training.
corner, I'm sure he told him some good news. Good tips came on the third.
Hey, you said you're
opened
looking to
up.
possibly move over to featherweight.
That'll be
Hey,
great.
Joel Fisher might be in your sides, brother. You never
Doing
know.
some scouting tonight.
Or
Doing some
Adolfo.
scouting tonight.
Adam Milankovic has been trying to scout this man for a while when we could see him. Not just that, he could be the Charles Sonnen of the AFC.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
wow.
or the Brian Stan, I could say, or the Kenny Florian, but we could have his fighter. I
Big
wanna
shoes to
mention,
fill, for sure.
All our judges, the FedEx Expo, 7th to 9th in March, big sponsor of the Australian Fighting Championship.
No doubt about it. Great sponsors, great partners here at the AFC, and we can't do it without them. And we can never say too many thanks to all of our great sponsors down here in Melbourne. It's just what a great support we have all throughout the city.
Yeah, look, it's unbelievable. MMA is growing in Australia so fast, and the Australian Fighting Chips has the best fighters from across Australia, and obviously some of our overseas fighters also.
No doubt about it. Wow, yeah, everybody is
Crowd is on
anticipating.
their feet.
So, all right, guys, let's go down the line here. Who do you think takes this fight by decision? Who do you got over here, Jose?
I got to give it to Joe. He looked great in the last round and in the first round. He looked great.
Matty?
Must agree with my American counterparts. Fisher 2-1 for me.
Well, we got the official decision. I believe Joel Fisher did enough to get this win, but anytime you leave it to the judges, baby. We're going to go to the
Fight
official decision.
please.
Perry Kale.
Proudly brought to you, ladies and gentlemen, by Bet Easy and Fight Magazine. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard. It is a unanimous decision. Shane Byrne had a 30-27, Albert Chen had a 30-28, and Diamondale Westerman had a 30-27. You win by unanimous decision. Red corner, fearless, Joel Fisher!
Well, just like we thought, Jose, he
Music,
takes the
please.
victory, and it was all that aggressiveness, pushing forward the entire time. And I'm very impressed with Joel Fisher tonight.
Getting
Let's
his
go to Matty
first win here.
Pilios.
Okay, we're
Getting his
here
first
with
win at
fearless Joel
AFC, he must be
Fisher.
really
First
excited.
win in the AFC. Give me one more round of applause. What a fight. First fight of the night.
Thanks, guys. I want to thank everyone for coming down. I want to thank everyone at Extreme, all my coaches. I want to thank the Thai restaurant down in Warrandyte and North Clayton that sponsors me. They help out a lot. And thank you, Adam, very much for putting us on and taking care of us. Thanks for everyone to come down. It's really good to see you all down here, huh?